right, so the last example I'm going to do, example 5, is not strictly kind of a compound shapes question like the other ones, but it does come up in one of the questions. That is something you need to be able to do. So we're told that the cylinder and the sphere in this question have equal volume. So they have the same volume. So volume of this equals volume of this. Find the length of the radius of the cylinder correct to the nearest centimeter. So I need to find the radius of this. So how am I going to do this? Okay, well, if you look at the volume of a cylinder formula, it's pi r squared h. Okay, so pi I know it's 3.14, h is 12, I'm given that in the question, or I don't know, that's what I'm being asked to figure out, but I can get the volume of this cylinder by getting the volume of the sphere. Then I'd know this and I'd be able to solve for r. Okay, so the first thing to do here would be to get the volume of the sphere, then that's the answer to this formula and you'll be able to solve for r. Okay, so the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So it's 4/3. I'm going to do this in terms of pi. Okay, you'll see why in a second, but I'm not going to solve anything in for pi. So 4/3 times pi times the radius is 8. So times 8 cubed. That's equal to 4/3 times pi times 8 cubed. That is 682. 4/3. Actually, there it is. Okay, so 682 and 2/3 pi. You can write it as 2048/3 pi. Wouldn't write it as that, I would leave it in terms of pi. So I might just write it as a 2048/3 pi. Okay, which is just the same thing as that. All right, so the volume then of this cylinder, pi times r squared times the height is 12, is going to be equal to 2048/3 pi. All right, so the only unknown here is the r squared. So as long as I've only got one unknown, I can use algebra to solve it. All right, first thing I would do here is cancel pi's from both sides. So left hand side is multiplied by pi, right hand side is multiplied by pi. So if you divide both sides by pi, the pi's cancel. That's why I left this one in terms of pi. All right, this is going to happen. So I've got 12 r squared, so 12 multiplied by r squared is equal to 2048/3. I want to get 12, I want to get the r squared on its own, so this is r squared multiplied by 12, so bring it over, it becomes divided by, or else say you're dividing both sides by 12. So you'll get r squared is equal to 2048/3 divided by 12. So 2048/3 divided by 12 is 56 8/9, or there's 512/9. So r squared is equal to 512/9. And then I'll just finish it off up here. If r squared is equal to 512/9, then r is equal to the square root of 512/9. So just square root 512/9 is 16√2/3. What does it say? It says the length of the radius of the cylinder correct to the nearest centimeter. So just press change and you get radius is equal to 7.54. It says to the nearest centimeter, so round it all the way off, and probably one decimal place would be more appropriate there, but they say the nearest centimeter, so r is equal to 8. centimeters. All right. Just the way these questions are phrased, sometimes the volumes being the same. They might talk about melting this shape down and recasting it into this shape. So if you melt a shape down and reshape it into something else, they will have the same volume. It's the same amount of material. So they might talk about a metal shape being melted down and formed again into a different shape. It's the same amount of metal, so the volume will be the same. So it is one of these questions.